And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, SuzanneDressler.
Hi, Eileen. Let me see, let me see. He wants me to come back to him. When could that day be? March, September, June, November. You tell him from me. Never, that is the word I use. Never, that is the word I choose. Tell him you really tried. Tell him that really I'd rather die. Never, never is much too quick. Never, he makes me much too sick. Let him save his own hateful hide. Let him know he's so hateful I'd rather die. Never, I hear that his failure has been fantastic. Never without me, I hope he does something drastic. Never, it's his turn to suffer alone in sorrow. Never, and that means forever, not just tomorrow. Never, that is the word I seek. Never, that is the word I shriek. Never, tell him you heard it here. Tell him you heard it clear. Tell him if he walks through the door, I will trample him to the floor. Tell him I'll strangle him. Tell him I'll mangle him. Go back with him. Here's my reply. I'd rather Hey, I am so sorry I'm late. Ugh.
It's fine, I'm used to it. Let me guess, the subway took forever.
Yes, actually, some poor man had a heart attack and they had to hold us there forever. It was terrible.
Sure. Look, so can I ask you why you wanted to go out again? I mean, didn't you tell me not to call you again last time?
I think that's a little overdramatic. I just thought it might be nice to see how things are going, get to know each other a little better.
Right. Well, work sucks and is draining my soul. I hardly have any personal time, and I need to find a new apartment by the first of the month, so... Look, take a look at the menu so we're not waiting forever and we'll shoot the shit after.
Time out. How is it that a woman in her mid-30s with a good head on her shoulders continues to find herself out on dates with assholes like this? I guess the only way to get any sort of answer is jump deep down inside SuzanneDressler and find out what the fuck is going on. I was born in the suburbs of Connecticut, and by the time I was 5, had found the passion that would drive everything I did. Some girls dream of being ballerinas, some girls dream of being doctors. I dreamt of being the headlining act at the Hot Box Club. Yes, I was obsessed with the movie Guys and Dolls. The accents, the costumes, Marlon Brando. The dancing, Marlon Brando. Cuba, gangsters, Marlon Brando. Faith Prince may have won a Tony for her Adelaide, but I was winning the hearts of my family with my pitch-perfect rendition of Take Back Your Mink. Looking back on it, I realized my mother was planting the seeds for a possible career in stripping. What she was also doing was opening up the door to my greatest love of all, the theater. I mean, I had it, the voice, the accents, the moves. Who is going to stop this runaway hit? There is greatness in me, it love of performing hit its first roadblock when I was 10. I grew terrified to sing in front of people. Also, at the age of 10, I had a visitor that was much too comfortable for anyone's comfort. Yes, in 1989, this fifth grader learned what her period was. My entire future lay on the brink of disaster as a friendly game of hopscotch wound up in a mad dash for the bathroom. So, my mother sat me down and explained in only the way a mother can. Just think, Suzanne, by the time your friends get their periods, you're gonna be a pro. They'll be coming to you for advice. Maybe. Train is back on the tracks. I am amazing. There is greatness in me, woe to ye who doubt. I have greatness in me, time will sort it out. Though I don't look like Rosamund Pike, I have a gift that all men like. Why is it thus no one can see? There is greatness in me. The hair. This hair. This giant ball of Rudy Huxtable hair. Add to that zits, glasses, chubbiness, and let the self-hatred begin. Adolescence and I were not friends, and I grew even more uncomfortable as I saw all the girls around me with their perfect bodies, skin, and blonde, straight hair. I, however, was known as the fro girl, the one all the boys teased incessantly. Karen, you remember this, I'm sure. Yes. My parents took notice of this, and my father used to say to me, Suzanne, did you put on any eye makeup today? No, just lipstick. Well, they brighten up your Shayna Oygen, those beautiful eyes. He always knew exactly what to say to make me feel special and loved. I mean, who else was gonna tell you that you don't have to be skinny because all men care about are tits and ass? He made me feel like I was ahead of the population and everyone else would have to catch up with me. Next up, anything I want. There is greatness in me, it would make you sob. Having greatness in me, it's a full-time job. Though my resources may stretch thinly, I can run circles around Mitt Romney. I'm more electable than he. There is greatness in me. If a woman dares to think like a man, she is labeled insane. If a woman dares to act like a man, she's a grief-inducing pain. But I am not a suffragette. I'm a woman through and through, and yet this woman, if she's called upon to fight, will fight for her unalienable rights to the greatness in me, which I must protect. I have greatness in me. I am God's elect. I am a work of bold ambition. I am my own world's exhibition. I am not an easy thing to be. I will tempt my fate. Watch me and you wait. I will show the world the greatness in me. The chicken looks good. I'll have that.
Well, I'm not the waiter. Tell him when he gets back.
I will. Thanks.
Oh, hey, so how are things going with your theater stuff? Do you still do that, or have you finally decided to get a real job?
Things are fine. Thanks. I'm gonna go to the bathroom for a second. Tell the waiter I'd like the chicken, please.
No sweat.
Yeah. came for me to decide what I was going to study in college. I knew I had a passion to perform still, but I also loved academics and wanted to expand my knowledge. I had looked at schools throughout the Northeast, and that's when a voice started to call. A dangerous voice. A voice that could send me to the promised land or the fiery pits of hell. There's a boat that's leaving soon for New York. Come with me. There you can't go wrong, sister. Nope, I'm going to Emory in Atlanta. I made up my mind. You and I can live that high life in New York. Come with me. That's where you belong, sister. I told you I can't, I won't. I'll buy you the swellest mansion on Upper Fifth Avenue. And through Harlem we'll go strutting, and there'll be nothing too good for you. I'll dress you in silks and satins, in the latest Paris style. All the blues you'll be forgetting, there'll be no fretting, just nothing but smiles. Come along with me, that's the way. Don't be a fool, come along, come along. Oh, fuck it, I'll go to New York. There's a boat that's leaving soon for New York. Come with me, that's where you belong, sister. That's where you belong. Sorry, I just have to hydrate. That's a lot of singing. Well, since we're all here in a cabaret bar in New York City, you can guess which voice won that battle. So, New York City it is, and I am now a student at Barnard. My intellect will thrive at Barnard. My talents will expand at Barnard. My curls will be perfectly acceptable at Barnard. Yeah, a slight Jewish population. I found myself singing in an a cappella group that I loved. I had my own weekly column at the Columbia Spectator called Dancing Queen. I was clearly in my element. The only thing that could steer the train off course was, at that time, completely unthinkable. But that's the thing though, right? Just when everything's perfectly aligned, it's the perfect storm for disaster. In my junior year, my confidant, my best friend, and my biggest fan left me much too soon. In the span of an hour, on a freezing and rainy Tuesday afternoon, half of me was gone. After finally becoming the woman he said I would grow into, my dad wouldn't be there to continue to see me to blossom. I found myself unable to sing for 6 months. My voice was gone, now that I no longer had my duet partner with me, but I had to push through for him. These tears I've cried 1,000 oceans. And if it seems I'm floating in the darkness, sorry about that. Did the waiter come by?
Yep, chicken is on its way.
Great.
You know, I was thinking while you were gone, you're pretty cool, Suzanne.
Oh, thanks. It's very sweet of you.
I like your independent spirit. You kind of make your own rules.
Oh, I try. Thanks.
So, you wouldn't mind splitting the check then? This place is stupidly expensive. Your chicken was $28 for chicken!
He's hot. He's single. He's Jewish. He's hot. He's single. He's Jewish. Yeah. So, before I fall over, and there goes the rest of the show. So, at this point in my life, things definitely began to change. I had just graduated college, and I now had the task of supporting myself, just like you, Dahlia. You just graduated college. I threw myself into everything I could find. No job was paid too low, too demoralizing, or too exhausting. I needed money. Pennies or nickels or dimes. We live in perilous times. I don't ask you to treat me nice. I'm not asking for pleasant conversation. I'm not asking for paradise. All I'm asking for is change. My very first job was at a neurologist's office on the Upper East Side. Remember that? Yeah. They paid me $15 an hour and were flexible with my audition schedule. I mean, this was the dream job, and I had it. So what if my boss took every opportunity she had to remind me of her mafia connections? So what if she kept a brown paper bag under her shoe because her psychic Juliana told her it would keep away her boss? Every day. I was making $15 an hour and getting ready to conquer Broadway. Hate me, but don't kick my shins. I'm where your kindness begins. Please, folks, do not spend time with me. I won't ask you to treat me like your mother. I'm not asking for sympathy. All I'm asking for is change. You know, it's amazing how easy it is to cry your way out of a Time Warner bill. And Verizon. Trust me. Yeah. So, where am I? Where am I in the show, Raja? I don't even know.
Trying to make ends meet?
Yes, that's it, thank you. So, throughout my 20s, I was constantly trying to make ends meet. I had to borrow money from my mother often, which understandably put a strain on that relationship. I catered, which I loathed. I was a waiter for about a month, and after dropping 2 trays and stacks of glasses, realized there was no future in that. I was at about 4 or 5 different temp agencies, and I've pretty much been at every kind of company in New York City, even Vogue. And let me tell you, the devil wears Prada. Definitely wears Prada. I listen to people complain that Rachel Ray's hair is too long as I fielded phone calls from the Food Network. Being broke sucked. There was nothing glamorous about it. I was ready to be a star. Where was my production contract? Hate the government, change the mayor, it's not fair. How lives evaporate, change the system that made us what we are. I don't ask for hugs, I just need money to buy more drugs. And if you folks pay, I'll go away. tip your hat. I don't ask you to notice what I'm wearing. I could care less for things like that. All I'm asking for is change, change, change. Since we're talking about money, I think we can all agree that New York City is a royal pain in the ass. It's the only place for me where I can pursue what I want, but it's a huge pain in the ass. And while traversing my new life and still wading the waters of my dad's passing, a new situation sort of manifested itself. I knew that death could come in many forms: denial, stages of grief. But what no one told me was that I was going to become a massive hypochondriac. We're talking WebMD, type in the symptoms, and out comes a brain tumor, yay! Or an ankle tumor. You can have a tumor in your ankle. Let me just check on that. Or it might be cancer too. I have a bad case of gastritis, or it could be hepatitis. Is it hepatitis A? Is it hepatitis B? Is it hepatitis C? Or a combo of all three? It started with the fever, and then I got the chills, and it's only gotten worse since I took 400 pills. I just need to see the doctor, get some blood work and x-rays. I just want someone to tell me that I'm not gonna die today. Hypochondriac, that's the word they use. Hypochondriac, the diagnosis that they choose. Hypochondriac, I don't imagine what I feel. Who could have this many symptoms and not one of them be real? Hypochondriac, say it's all in my head, but if you do an MRI, you'll find a tumor there instead. When I get a little nauseous, it's not just a stomach ache. I mean, I have serious diarrhea. That's not something that you fake. When the bone feels discomfort, I wonder where it's broke. When my head starts to pound, and I'm sure it's a major stroke. Oh my God. Shit. Hypochondriac, it's rheumatoid arthritis. Hypochondriac, it's acute appendicitis. Oh, please just be bronchitis, not cerebral meningitis. Having too many x-rays can cause a tenodermatitis. What is your prognosis? Is it hysterical neurosis? Is it my heart or my mind? Or some crazy symbiosis? So, please do your best. Run every single test. Let me cross the diseases off the list. Then Google 30 more that might exist. You can all ask my mother for proof of this, because I'm pretty sure I've done every single one of those, including the ankle tumor. Sure, you can split it.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate that. You know, going Dutch is underrated. You know, I never realized how pretty your eyes are.
Thanks.
Like really pretty. What are they? Blue or green?
They're blue.
Very nice. Oh, they remind me of my ex. God, she had these big, beautiful eyes like you.
Don't you wish life were an app sometime? Swipe left, swipe left, swipe left. But he's so hot. Just think about our annual Hanukkah cards. Oh, damn it. Yeah, New York City, dating is bullshit. In a place where practically everyone, come on, has to be self-absorbed to a certain degree, it's a wonder two people can ever make a connection, let alone keep a date on the calendar without postponing it. Like people who canceled today on the show, like texted me in the dressing room, "I'm so sorry I won't make it, I'm stuck downtown with the boys." When you had a month to work your schedule around my show. I mean, no, I got like 5 texts like these. It was really a treasure. It was great. It was really a treasure. It's really, yeah, you guys are all my friends though, so don't worry. You're all in that treasure box. You're all in that treasure box right now. Because you paid to come here. Thank you. Yeah, dating is a pain in the ass, right. So it kind of seems like everyone is looking for the next best thing, like, right? Yeah, so if somebody had told me that at this point I were not going to be married with children, I would have thought he or she were crazy. I still do. But I, along with so many others on this overcrowded island, seek out and hope for the unattainable and wind up dating fools in between. My career's in the theater, so there goes 90% of the guys I encounter on a daily basis who have, let's be honest, no need or want for what I have to offer. However, I have kept myself open to online dating, mobile apps, setups, blind dates, you name it. Oh, hello. Hi, Erica. I even find myself at a bar with a friend sometimes, prowling for produce. Holla. Hey, girl.
Oh, the freaks are out tonight.
Ooh, why do we do this to ourselves? I mean, has anyone you know ever met a decent man in a bar?
Has anyone you know ever met a decent man?
Ooh, ouch.
Think of it as a game, right? Besides, what else are we gonna do on a Saturday night in New York? Go to some broad's cabaret show? Please.
Okay, you win. Creep detector powered up.
Check.
Asshole shield in place.
Check.
Pepper spray?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going in. Ooh, too thin.
Next.
Too old.
Carry on.
Too chic.
Oui.
Too stiff.
Never too stiff.
Okay. Too square, too fair, too self-aware, moving right along.
Too jowly, too scowly, too colon-pally. Moving right along.
Too dumb to know what not to do.
Too much of him to hold on to.
He smells like chicken vindaloo.
I smell egg fouillon. Moving right along.
Want a drink?
Cyanide and tonic, please.
Yeah, copy that.
Too gray, too fade, too old, bad, too
Come on. Moving right along. Too dorky, too porky. Too not from New Yorkie. That's it.
Moving right along. His head's too big for his puny frame.
Looks straight out of a tour of Mame. Oh my God.
I heard him bragging his claim to fame is a film called Donkey Dong.
Really?
Moving right along.
Why?
Oh, don't go there.
Why not?
Starts with a V and ends with vaginal rejuvenation surgery.
Oh my God, ouch. Too clean.
Too mean,
much Maybelline. Really? Moving right along.
Too grumpy.
Dumpy.
Too Forrest Gumpy.
Moving right along. His eyes are sweet, but his hair's the pits.
He's cute if you can get past the zits.
When he's the one with the bigger tits.
Survey says that's wrong.
Yeah. Moving right along.
Danger, danger, bad toupee is headed right for
Oh
you.
my god, what do I do? What do I do? I can't talk to him.
Oh, crisis averted. He's chatting up the blonde with the bad extensions.
Well, somehow that seems karmically correct.
Too pale.
Too male?
Too, I went to Yale.
Nope. Moving right along. Too fancy.
Too dancy.
Too Docker's pantsy. Moving right along. Each time we come, it's the same routine. The same old faces, the same old scene. The jerk.
The dork and
And
the
the
closet.
closet queen always gets the gong. Moving right along. She's amazing, right? And I just have to say, for the record, this is a horrible thing to say, but I do have to say that I have been to bars where the guys do wear too much makeup, and they do look like they belong on stage, and they're not gay bars, and they're flirting with women. I just have to say that. That's why it's not me, it's the fact that it's them. So we all know that. Sometimes I actually think I was ruined at an early age. No, just listen, just listen. I came from a home that was overflowing with love, so a relationship seemed like the easiest thing in the world to me. My parents were married for 30 years, my dad's parents for 50, my mom's parents for 70 years. I know, amazing. So my grandmother once told me, towards the end of her life, you know, I love your grandfather more at 70 years of marriage than I did as a 20-year-old bride. I mean, clearly I have relationships in my genes. During World War II, they wrote about, I mean, I don't even know. We have 3 boxes of letters that they wrote back and forth to each other, and I'm gonna read you some. So the originals, dun, dun, dun. I know. Mrs. Pearl Van, as you can see, it has been passed by the Army examiner. They had to read every letter. I don't know what they thought of these. Monday, December 6th, North Africa. Dearest love, how are you, Angel Pie? I am fine. We are getting a little break in the weather, so it's not so bad. I miss you like the devil. Just think, tomorrow we will be in the war for 2 years. I'm sure that in a few short months, this mess will be all over with, and we can all come back to our families. And boy, have I got a family, the best and the finest in the whole world. No. And then he signs it. I haven't received mail for a few days, but I guess that I'll get a batch at one time. Please give little Booby, that was my uncle, who was like a baby when he left. Rocking horse, like you said. I'm looking forward to more pictures of Terry, the baby, and of course you too, darling. Regards and love, Ben. I know. 3 boxes of these guys. And this was my airmail, Private Benjamin Van. What? Holla. Okay, this was my grandma. Sunday, February 27th, 1944. Dearest, sweetest, most wonderful man. Oh God, this is too much. I'm so crazy about you, darling. What I'd do to you if I had you here right now is nobody's business. Mom, that's where you get your sluttiness from. She They did. They used to talk about their sex lives to us. It was really weird. It was really weird, but it was kind of funny. You're such a swell guy. That kind of ruins the romance, but that's right. And I love you with all my heart. I'm so glad I'm your wife and the mother of your son. And she signs it. I'm so glad that you're getting your package, but I wish you got one a week the way I sent them instead of all at once. Terry just gave me a kiss for you. I'm saving them all for you. Boy, are you going to have fun collecting them all. I love you, Pearl. Oh, God. It's like, come on, really? Like, they really existed. Speaking of grandmothers and moms and love and sex in that letter, I had the unique experience of watching my mom date 2 years after my dad died. Needless to say, I was not exactly a very supportive daughter at first, and I had a really hard time with this. When I found out she was being intimate again, which nobody wants to ever find out that their mom's being intimate again, I called her pardon my French, Lauren, cover yours. I called her a fucking slut, hung up the phone, and called my aunt in DC crying hysterically. Did not talk to my mom for a few days. Needless to say, I eventually came around and realized that she deserved to have her own life and deserved to be happy. And it was actually really quite beautiful watching her meander the world of dating later in life and seeing her resilience. I also witnessed her fall in love with my stepdad, a relationship that's given me hope, not to mention a lovely father figure who is also a major hypochondriac. Good job, Mom. You really knew how to do it that time. And you didn't know, right? You didn't know before you married him, did you? Right. See, we creep up on you like that. It's like an insidious kind of thing. Yeah, it's true. He's like, I think he does sometimes think he has tumors in his arm. Like, my arm hurts. I think he said that one. She always tells me that it's never too late for love, and that even if there's heartache, love is always worth the risk. Why do people fall in love? Don't we know love is full of danger, letting loose our foolish hearts in a world filled with perfect strangers, hoping this time it will last. You feel your heart beat faster. Yes, I guess that I recall. That's the reason people fall. Love is needing to belong, right or wrong. When you feel the fire, love is living in midair, young and rare, on a sky-high wire. Maybe this time you will find the moon will treat you kinder. Yes, I'm sure that I recall. That's the reason people fall in love. Taking chances you would never take. When wide awake, you risk it all. Half afraid he'll only break your heart. Still you will close your eyes and simply fall. Why do people fall in love? Are we fools with no hope of winning? Or perhaps we always see one last chance for a new beginning, holding on and letting go, but never really knowing. Well, I It's the reason people fall in love. Yes, people fall in love and they get engaged, and after that, we know what happens. So I'm just gonna say, I know you've all been there, and I'm not alone in this, because most of you have been single at some point in your life. Being single and going to weddings blows. L-O-W-S. Don't get me wrong, I am so happy for my friends who have found their lifelong love and are ready to make that commitment. No, truly, I truly am. I truly am. However, as I'm sure you've all experienced this, there's a lot of crap that goes with it. Weddings are expensive. Over the years, I've shelled out thousands in dresses and gifts and shoes I will absolutely 100% never wear again, because they came from 1985 or something like that. Something a struggling artist has no business doing. I have also been ushered to the table with the old Jewish relatives, or the one other single girl. We'll put you with her. I was told at a wedding recently, 100% true. Actually, all of this is true, but this is like, really, you're not gonna believe this, that I should go up and catch the bouquet because I looked single. Mic drop, yeah. I don't know what single looks like, but I will tell you this. What I wanted to say to him was, your wife, who's sitting next to you, looks like a damn troll, but I don't comment on that, do I? And I have to look at her the whole night. But I didn't say that. Instead, I just kept drinking. I thought that was a safer route, you know? I didn't want to get kicked out of a wedding for calling out a jerk. Yeah. So weddings, yeah. So after weddings, it doesn't end. As we all know, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes baby. And if there's something worse than a blushing bride, it's a pregnant woman. Most of them, not all of them. Pregnant women are smug. Everyone knows it, but nobody says it because they're pregnant. Effing son of a gun. You think you're so deep now, you give me the creeps now that you're pregnant. I can't count all the ways how we speak in cliches now. So, is it a boy or a girl? Oh, we don't care as long as it's healthy. I can't wait to hear someone say, don't care if it's brain dead, don't care if it's limbless, if it has a penis. Because pregnant women are smug. Everyone knows it, but nobody says it because they're pregnant. This Zen world you're enjoying makes you really annoying. So, is it a boy or a girl? Oh, we know, but we're not telling. What are you gonna name it? Oh, we know, but we're not telling. Who's the father? Oh, we know, but we're not telling. Bitch, I don't really care. I was being polite now that you have no life now that you're pregnant. You say you're walking on air. You think that you're glowing, but you have been hoeing and now you're pregnant. You're just giving birth now. You're not Mother Earth now. 'Cause pregnant women are smug. Everyone knows it, but nobody says it because they're pregnant. Effing son of a gun. You think you're so deep now. You give me the creeps now. That you're pregnant. She sounds like a great girl.
You know, she was also a total bitch and stepped all over my heart, so there's that. God, you know what the worst part about her is? That when we first met,
Silly me. Look what I did again. I found what I want is what I cannot have. I didn't mean to be so predictable, but I blame it all on who made you irresistible. And it isn't something I need till you tell me I can't. Why wear my heart on my sleeve? It looks so good in your hand. Heart breaks in a heartbeat, and you store me when you come and go. The taste of something so sweet should have warned me about the undertow. Oh, I couldn't find a better man to let me go. But I've been here before. Have I come back for more? Another chapter in the history of wrong guys. Yesterday, no spark, no heartache galore. But today I'm feeling something I just can't ignore. Charlie, honestly, I've been hurt like this before. The history of wrong guys. Chapter 1, he's a bum. 2, he's not into you. 3, he's a sleaze. 4, loves the girl next door. 5, loves the boy next door. 6, you bet him on OkCupid. And he's 19, or he's 59 and lives in Jordan, or he's married and wants to have a threesome. Every single one of those has happened to me, at least once. Charlie, honestly, I've been hurt like this before. I can see there's more to you than what I always thought, but I won't be burned anymore. The history of wrong guys. Clarity sometimes comes in the most odd places. And as I sat there staring into this man's gorgeous eyes and perfect jawline, I realized that I had been pushing myself in the complete opposite of what I desire. Relationships are not built on looking good on paper or being extremely attractive. Relationships are built on attributes that I grew up with in my home: love, friendship, trust, compassion, all the things I had all around me that made me the woman I am today, and frankly, the woman I love. And when you have a house like that, and the house I've built for myself, you'll step back one day and realize that, of course, in the right circumstances, you will be happily married with children. But for now, I just want to be happily. Thank you. I have some thank yous. Joseph Macchia, one of the booking producers at the Metropolitan Room, who invited me 2 years ago to sing here for the first time. Lighting, thank you. Lighting, Eddie Schnecker, my musical director. Yay! Where's Erica, my partner in crime. Raja Burrows, oh my God, Raja, you were the biggest jerk I have ever, that was the worst date I've ever been on. Like, hands down, worst date I've ever been on. My original director is in previews for On Your Feet on Broadway, so he couldn't be here. My friend Antoinette kind of helped me direct this version, who is in auditions, because she's directing something and couldn't be here. And my friend Bruston, I don't even know if he's here. I don't know, Bruston, are you here? No, he couldn't come. Okay, so he produced the original version, so I was gonna thank him, but he didn't show up. Strange. Okay, that's weird. I'm gonna have to call him and leave him. I'm sure he had a good excuse though. So I do, before you leave and go out to dinner and talk about how amazing I was, because you know you're gonna. I need to tell you about. I need water before this. I need to tell you about these two neighbors I had once. They were real bitches. Just moved in to 14G, so cozy, calm, and peaceful. Heaven for a mouse like me. With quiet by the leaseful, pets are banned. Parking too, and no solicitation. Window seat with garden view. A perfect nook to read my book. I'm lost in my Jane Austen when I hear. Say it isn't so. Not the flat below. From an opera wannabe in 13G, a matinee of some cantata, Wagner's Ring or Traviata. My first night in 14G, I'll put up with Puccini, brew myself a cup of tea, crochet until she's feeny, 8:30, not a peep, except the clock tick-tocking. Now I lay me down to sleep, a perfect bed to rest my head, a stretch, and I'm almost gone then. Do-do-do-do-dwee-da-dee-zippity boy, ba-ba-dum, ba-da-da-na-na-na-na-na-na, woo-wee! Shit. Now the girl upstairs wakes me unawares, blowing down her reverie from 15G. She's scatting like she thinks she's Ella. Guess who answers a cappella? Zoop-doop-doop-doy-da-doy. Ooh, zoop-doop-doop-doy-da-doy. Ooh. I'm not one to raise my voice, make a fuss, or speak my mind. But might I query, do you mind if, could you kindly stop? That felt good. Stop. 13 to 15 to 14G, a most unlikely trio. Not quite three-part harmony. All day, all night, we're singing. Doy-da-doy, dee-da-da-da-doy-da-doy. Stop. And the feel of peace and quiet. Shout out loud, I've changed my diet, all because of 14G.
Ladies and gentlemen, SuzanneDressler.
Thank you so, so much for coming. Thank you so much.